You're watching SKST Radio.
Well, welcome to another episode of SKST Radio 101 Entertainment. We have the movie reel going, and I have a very special guest by the name of Sam Benjamin. Sam, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Cami. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh my God, that accent. Where are you from?
I'm going to go specific because I want to educate people. I'm from a place called the Wirral, which is about 10 minutes from the city of Liverpool, where the Beatles are from in England.
Woo! How cool is that? Yeah, I can hear it now, you know?
There you go. Sometimes I get a bit of in America, sometimes, oh, you sound a bit like Paul McCartney. And I'll go, I'll take it. You want me to drop a few melodies as well, you know? So.
All right, look at you. Okay, so tell people, how did you get started in your acting career?
That's one hell of a question, Cami. I don't even know where to start. It depends what element of it you want to talk about, but essentially,
I want the beginning. I want to know all about
it. So anyone who's got, if you're from a working class town in the north of England, saying when you're a kid that you want to be an actor is a bit crazy, and it's a bit like, no, come on, but what do you really want to do? Like, let's be serious. But I'd always wanted to be an actor ever since I was a kid. I was quite a shy kid. So I love playing other people. And I also just, I had all my action figures. And my mum was at the premiere for this film, and she was telling people, like, because for a while it was just, I lived with my mum and it was just me and her. And she would say, oh, he was great because I could just leave him in his room and I'd peer through the door and he'd have all his action figures lined up, whether it be Batman or, the wrestling figures, and he'd be doing all the voices and doing all by himself. And I'm like, well, wow. I sound like a loser, mother, but maybe that is kind of where it all started. And I feel like I came from a family of talented actors who didn't know that they were actors, really. And then fast forward, I went to a traditional state school that didn't do drama as a subject. So I always did it outside of school. I was part of a local theatre group. They would do musicals and classic plays. And that was my escape, really. I hated school for the most part. So that was my joy as a teenager. And then it was just like, right, I'm going to have to try and do this. I don't know what my route is in, but essentially I ended up going to London, studied at Drama Studio London, one of the prestigious drama schools there. I auditioned and got in. And I got into a little program before that and met Patrick Stewart.
Okay.
And that was a big moment for me because he took the time to tell his story and teach me, some Shakespeare. And it was a moment of going, oh, actually, and he was from a similar background to me. And it was like, oh, maybe this is possible. And then, it just went from there. And it's been a long road of ups and downs and highs and lows and setbacks and rejections, but also lots of awesome things as well.
Right. So you guys are like touring the movie right now, though, right? I saw a lot of different cities on the write-up.
It got a theatrical release in a few cities on the East Coast, but which none of us are on who are involved in the film. So and it happened really quick. So we didn't manage to make it to any of those screenings, but hopefully people enjoyed it. And then it's out in the US and the UK essentially. It came out in America about November 11th, and it's just come out that was USA. UK has just come out on the 5th of December.
Okay. Nice. So, at the end of the day, this is very exciting, right? The movie was great. I really enjoyed it. I had some fun moments, and I would love to show the audience the trailer if I don't mess it up.
Yep. Let's do it.
See it? Let's see what we can do here.
How do you expect high rewards if you don't take high risks? You fancy logging onto a computer and pulling some information from it?
What is the info exactly?
I'll come back to that later. But here's what you need to do.
The secret stash. illegal funds from bank bonuses.
There's a question in there somewhere. I need this money. I deserve this money.
5 million.
For an hour's work.
I'll be back here at 1500. Take the bag.
What the hell is that?
Protection. Boss's orders.
Find the back entrance. You'll have a map to direct you to the remote terminal. You didn't over your head? You've never done anything like this before.
This is just a little one-off payday in between jobs.
Just keep an ear out. Let us know if anything else out of the area happens. Still.
Oh my gosh. That was hilarious. Okay, so I gotta ask, what was it like pulling that wig off?
It was like, it was like, you're the first person who's asked that, by the way. And it's a great question. I would say it was like having a boiling pot of water and somebody saying, "Can you put your hand in that boiling pot of water, please?" Because you just know it. This isn't going to go. This just feels so instinctively wrong. But it was something that Kyla Frye, the leading lady, her and I came up with the story together. And when we were talking about different things, and she had this vision when they come to blows that wouldn't it be, she was like, I've never seen that. It's always this pretense in movies or TV shows with black women from her perspective that it's like, oh, the hair's there and we're all good. Whereas I think, and as per what we were talking about before this, is a lot of people don't realize, what actually is going on and how much work goes into a hairstyle. So it was a lot of fun because obviously I knew Kyla was really passionate about having that in the movie. So there's a really, sometimes you've got to be that guy in the movie. So, and I knew it was going to be a great payoff. And, but yeah, definitely felt wrong. And it brought back memories of when I first, I feel like, or maybe the white people in the know normally have a moment when, especially if it's a guy, and it's when you've been dating someone, and when what is it? The rabbit comes out of the hat, or the curtain comes back, and you're like, oh, okay, all right, okay, that makes sense, okay, and then from then on in, it's all good, and then you can obviously surprise people with your knowledge when people assume. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun to film that scene.
But in the part that you came back and you said something about how you turned it around on her, that was hilarious too. I don't want to give that one away.
Yeah, well, let people watch it.
That was funny. Oh my gosh. So I really enjoyed this movie. Was it meant to be a comedy?
Was it meant to be a comedy? It's a good question. Because I read a review that said this is a heist movie, but it's pretending. They said it's a romantic comedy pretending to be a heist movie, which I wasn't mad at, to be honest. And I think on the page it didn't feel as funny as how it played when we saw it with an audience. But I think it's partly because of the director's sensibility, Sam Bradford, and also Kyla and I. We've known each other for years, and when you put us together with a scene, there's something about our chemistry that takes it in certain directions, I think so. And then obviously the supporting cast brought certain elements of, once, someone will come up on set, and like Marcus, for example, who plays the security guard for when people see it, and every scene he's in, I'm just laughing. And he's not even doing that much, and it's not really on the page. He brought it to the character. So, but we wanted to make a film that had danger, but we also wanted to make a film that was kind of like that 90s throwback to movies like White Men Can't Jump, and those kind of buddy comedies where they're going through some real stuff and they've got real problems and maybe they're on the hustle, but
Right.
also we can have a laugh through their relationships and their failures as well.
Yeah. Well, I really I like your role. It was really good. I love Kyla. I mean, I'd love to meet her as well because she did a great job on her role as well. And so, but what type of movies do you really like being in? Was this something that you really like, or your goal is to be somewhere else? Are you striving for something else, a different role like James Bond or Vin Diesel type something? You know what I mean? So
Okay,
what niche?
Well, I mean, it's obvious that any British actor wants to play James Bond. Any actor, full stop, probably wants to play James Bond. I do love a good suit, so that would be great. I think the Payday is the kind of movie I always dreamed about being in as a kid. There's a little element of Ethan Hunt, Mission Impossible, a splash of Bond, but also a bit of realism in the sense that the character also he's not the Teflon Don. He gets a battering and he gets humbled. Those are the kind of characters that I like. But I think I don't know whether people listening realize, but when you're an actor, sometimes the roles that you want just don't come your way for whatever reason. There's politics behind the scenes. They just don't call you into audition, or they don't think you have the right look, or whatever it might be. So after doing this for like 12 years as a professional actor and playing parts and missing out on parts, you start to get a real love for any character, really. Any good actor can, if you can find something in any character, as long as it's a decent script, whether it be any genre, any style, whatever. So I'm just hungry to get my teeth into lots of different things. But I definitely like, this is my first starring role, and I do like playing that. It was a nice challenge to play a leading man role, because that's what those are the kind of, loads of people, I've got some friends who are actors and they really love their hero is Daniel Day-Lewis, and they love playing characters that are really transformational, and you have a completely different look and a completely different hairstyle, and it's a different era, and you've got to do loads of research and all of that. And I enjoy that, but all of my heroes growing up were the leading men who just played realistic characters that took you on a journey. So I guess that's my vibe, I guess.
Okay. So what's next for you?
I've just finished filming a movie in Florida called Bad Tenant. It's a psychological thriller,
Nice.
which I wrote, and I play.
Wow.
I play a character called Preston Black, who is a fictional British rock star. So that was a lot of fun. And yeah, so that's just finished filming, and then at the moment I'm auditioning and pitching some other projects, so to be confirmed. But Sam Bradford, who directed The Payday, he, Kyla, and I, we very much are wanting to do our next film as a team. Okay. So we're currently brewing ideas, and hopefully people see this and say, hey, come make a movie for us. We want you guys as this combination. And we've been getting lots of really good reaction from Kyla and I as an on-screen pair. So I'd love to work with her again.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking too, I could see a sequel to that. You know what I mean? I think the way you guys ended it left room to open up for more, to see more of that type of role from you guys. So I think it was a great, put together very well. And
thank you very much.
Had me laughing from head to toe. I mean, I loved it. Like I said, Kyla, she was the best. I really enjoyed seeing her too in her role, and it was just good. I mean, the whole team was great. So
thank you.
So if you could give someone some words of wisdom who's trying to get where you are right now, a good movie under their belt, what would your words of wisdom be?
I'm just silencing my phone, sorry. My words of wisdom would be, as in someone who wants to be an actor, who's trying to get in there. I'd say it obviously depends on what stage you're at and how old you are. But just some practical tips, I would say start reading every autobiography of any actor that you admire. There's so much you like, find whoever your favorites are, see if they've got an autobiography, see if somebody's written a biography about their life story, and then YouTube, have a look, see if there's like an hour-long interview or a podcast with them, and just soak up their journey. Because the more people you hear from who inspire you, the more you'll pick up clues, or you'll get ideas to apply to your situation. Obviously, depends what city you grew up in, where you live in, what your circumstances are, all that kind of thing. But I'd say, think local as well, wherever you are. Just, you'd be surprised what opportunities are there. Maybe there's a local theatre down the road that, does amateur shows, but they need someone who looks like you to fill in this role, and you get experience, and, just try and get as much experience as you can, and just practice and watch movies and TV shows that are really great. Go back to the classics. Go back to the movies that that people still talk about from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and watch them and learn from them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. So, well, I do appreciate your time. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me. Would love to have you back whenever you get another movie and you're ready to talk about it. I'm here. We'll help support you the best way we can. Tell Kyla I said hello, even though
I will. You should get her on. You should definitely get her on.
Oh, I would love to have her on. I would love to have her on because I really connected with her. I thought she was just really cool. Yeah. And so, but thank you so much for being on the show, and have a happy holiday.
Thank you. And can I just also say, anyone who's listening, if you go to paydaymovie.com.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
It's got all the links to whatever platform you want to watch it on.
Yeah. And the link will be here. And also we have everything scrolling across the bottom. So hopefully they were able to pick up on some things too. So, all right. Until next week, guys. SKST Radio. Bye-bye, Sam. Thank you.
Bye.